Well, I moved here in 2000, and I had worked for 33 years as a teacher, teaching English, speech, and theater most of those 33 years. That was secondary schools, but I also directed for the community theater and I directed at the university. When I retired, I became managing artistic director at Muncie Civic Theater, and that was a delight. My dream job, because I got to do everything. Of course, secondary school teachers are generalists, so you do everything. You know costumes, you know sets, you know lights. But I love directing, but I came to the theater as an actress. And so that's what I've had the most experience probably doing here in the St. Louis area. I've worked with a number of companies all around town, and I just really enjoy seeing how every company puts a show together. And I've had the experience of working with KTG once as an actress on stage, and so I know they're a well-organized machine that produces quality theater. So that's why I'm here. Well, I did costumes for this show back in the 90s for Muncie Civic Theater and fell in love with it then. And then here in the St. Louis area, Alpha Players were going to audition the show, and I played the role of Julia. She's the Empire State Building lady with the great dress, and had so much fun. And that was after my husband died, and I needed something that was therapeutic. And this show is a laugh a minute. For those who are doing it, you know, whether you're directing it or you're in it or you're backstage, it's a show that, to me, is very special. The show is appealing because it is a fast-paced farce that is a laugh a minute. And that laughter is the best medicine, and so that's its appeal, I think, for sure. Unique, if the audience hasn't seen it, it's that silly curtain call where you recap the whole show in 90 seconds. And I guess you also, it's not unique in farce to have 6 doors slamming, closed all the time. But that is to see how that machine of the set works to facilitate all of the crazy action that's in this show. You should come see Lend Me a Tenor because it is that laugh a minute show that I've said, and I think, especially in this day and age, we certainly need to laugh. And I think the craziness of it, it's sort of like an I Love Lucy episode, because it should start out as normal and then just grow and grow and grow and see how far you can go with it without tipping it completely off the stage. And that's important, I think, in farce, is that we like the characters and we enjoy their dilemmas and we are really rooting for them to, I think, survive whatever the challenges are. What every director looks for, at least I think I have always looked for, is a genuineness. Even though it's a farcical comedy, I need to have a genuine approach to it. Not, oh, I'm going to be funny, so I'm going to do all this shtick, but it's rooted in real. And once, then we begin to build the show, I need to know that those actors are going to come in and be uninhibited to try things and be bold in their choices and go with it and be willing to change it up to keep it fresh. I don't mean so that it's chaotic, but so that it has that spontaneity that really makes the audience want to stay right there with them the whole way. And they've got to be willing to try to do silly things. We may not do all of those, but they've got to be willing to just go for it. And I've got to see that in auditions. I think as a director, I'm very influenced by what I like as an actor on stage. I don't like my time to be wasted. I want to be sure that we get in there and we make progress and we do it in a timely fashion. And I don't want to sit around for hours waiting for my little bit or my little scene. So I often, in the rehearsal process, French scene the show, so when somebody's there, they're busy, they're working. I think that's exceedingly important. And as far as I pre-block the show because that's my getting ready, but that doesn't mean that's what we have to do in performance, but that gives us a place to start. And then I love to see what the actors bring to that rehearsal. And something I may have thought would really work well may be just terrible. We won't do that because they can come up with something that's so much better based in what they're doing with their character and the interactions between the characters, and that's what's really special. It's a collaborative thing for me, but that doesn't mean I'm not prepared. I think anyone coming to an audition needs to be prepared. They need to, if they haven't read the script, if they can get a copy of it, that would be very advisable, I think, so they know what it's about. We have sides posted, and they need to read them, and if they have questions, I'm sure they have all number of friends that they could consult about it. I don't even mind being contacted about it. Not that it has to be just the way I see it interpreted in my head at this point, because it may become a whole different thing. But I do think preparing, to not have looked at the side, to not know what the show is about, is, I think, an unwise choice there. I would suggest if they're a male and they're going for one of the lead male roles, they have to sing. I have to know how well they can sing. They might want to look at that friendship duet from the Verdi. That's a part of the audition side. They don't have to sing it like they would sing it. That's why we rehearse, for heaven's sakes. But I've got to know what they would begin to bring to that role. So that's what I would advise. Just know what you're about and go for it. Really, with abandon, and have fun. I mean, it is all about having fun. It's community theater. It's our avocation. Nobody's getting paid big bucks for this, so you better get paid in the nurturing it gives you. And so if you're not having fun, you're in the wrong place.